It's my last day here in West Virginia. It's been a pretty good 5 days here. We've been on a buck or seen bucks every day pretty much. We got about a mile walk in here to get out to our glassing knob today, and we're gonna try and find us one. Pretty slow day. Yesterday seemed like for everyone, but the weather seems right, and it's November 17th, so ought to run into one somewhere. Hopefully it's now. Can really only.
Hopefully we can make it up there without having to stop and use the bathroom.
Yeah. McDonald's being $18 don't really seem right if it makes you feel like this.
No.
Pretty much when you walk a long ways here, you usually run into deer, so they're around here. We just gotta find them. Hey, get over here. We need you to start walking.
Great. Alright, set the pin.
Alright, well, we've been out on our glassing knob here for about 20 minutes. And Cole spotted an absolute hammer. And I spotted a half rack right below him about 60 yards. And we were kind of confused because I was like, I'm looking right at a half rack, and he's like, I'm looking at a freaking hammer. And it turns out the big one's about 60 yards above that half rack, and that half rack was kind of looking at him like he was satelliting him. And eventually I saw the big one. But we just called Mack, and we're gonna get Mack out here to spot for us. Cole put the big one on the spotter, and I was looking at the half rack, and I'm like, what are you looking at? I'm like, maybe I just can't see his horns from here, but we got a big buck spotted down here. Pretty dang cool. It's probably getting close to 8 o'clock, but we couldn't have been here more than 15 minutes.
Nice buck.
Too nice buck. I'd shoot the half rack too. That satellite buck is down in them rocks, and he's just down in that drain, and that big buck's just under a big autumn olive up there.
Is this real life? Here. This can't even be real life, Brett. They never bed in the open like that. I don't think he'll stay there. Good eyes. Looks like he's letting out a fart right now. Morning, sunshine. Let's see if we can find him. There he is. Is that when you called me? You're on the phone with me and you're like, big buck up above him. Yeah. I was calling you to go after the half rack. I don't got a shot of spike on the way in here. Let me walk past him in like 10 minutes. Look. Make all the right decisions, okay? Just holler if he runs. Yeah, hey, when he gets up, just yell he's up. We're at Mack's here now, so we're gonna get around. Just kind of go real slow, get to this corner up here, and just make sure we can't see him before we go over there and get above him, and then we'll really slow it down and figure out our best way in there. But we're just gonna try and get above him and find the quietest path in there and get around that open patch that he's by. till he stands up is the plan. Our wind right now is going like this. Perfect. Mine are dry. They are. Mine dry. This 1 second. I got an idea. It's the bottoms. About 70 yards from him, where we last saw him, Mack said he stood up, just kind of looked around for a while, and he must have worked towards the timber, and he's in an autumn olive bush, which is pretty typical around here. Probably just bedded down again. We're just gonna sit tight and kind of just wait to see what Mack says, if he sees him come out or not. But if it's long enough, then we can probably assume he's bedded. But that half-rack buck is supposedly stood up down below him. We'll shoot that one too. So we're just gonna hold tight though until we get a better idea. In a bush is usually good. In a bush is really good because usually they care a little less about our movement. They feel more safe in there. So. Here's what we could do though. We might be able to spook this little buck and still be fine if he's around the point. This is still quieter than the weeds. Alright, it's just water. It just sounds like a creek. Last check here with Mack. Half-rack. Looking at us. How far is the big one past the little one? Okay, little one's right there. You might come and run this little one off. Okay. Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna go to the right of that tree. That was a heck of a morning. Almost got a shot on a really, really nice buck. Not really a whole lot that I think we'd do differently. Maybe a couple movements here or there, but that's all hindsight. Biggest thing was that doe must have popped up between us and him on when he was originally bedded there, and he started chasing. It kind of ruined our whole program, but still almost had some good chances when we got on that bench and popped up on that berm. Actually was at full draw, and that half rack buck came by at about, I don't know, 8 to 10 yards probably. Really dang close. This happened to be him and not the big one, and I'm almost certain that I saw that big one in the brush. I think what happened there is that half rack saw us work down off the bench, and then the big one was down there too, and he pushed him off, circled around that bush, and kicked that doe back up the hill. And then when we could actually see him up on the hill there close to 70 yards, looked like he was gonna breed her right there, and we thought maybe we'd be able to make one more move right there, cut some distance down, and that doe had us pretty well pegged up on that berm. So still an awesome hunt and beautiful morning. We're gonna head back here and regroup. We'll see what the plan is then, but Cole and I actually did a mile and a half today in just our socks, and that's probably our biggest regret of the day there, is taking our boots off. I don't think we'll be doing that again unless we really have to. That was pretty dumb. I think we could have probably got eyes on that big buck again if we had our boots on and were able to get up on that next bench where they went over. But still one heck of a hunt and having a great time in West Virginia. I said earlier that it was my last day. I was gonna go out to Colorado with Ted and Zach and Ben and Keith on the mule deer hunt, and I think I'm actually gonna stay here and keep hunting as good as this has been the last couple of days. So hopefully in the next few days here I can knock one down. But we're having a great time and getting as close as we can get, pretty much. But sooner or later we'll get one. We'll get lucky.